August 15th, 1947, the day when India got her independence, for which her innumerable freedom fighters, common men, women, and children had given their blood, sweat, and lives. Independence in India was followed by integration of dozens of presidencies and hundreds of princely states. 3 years later, on January 26th, 1950, we became a sovereign republic by framing the world's longest constitution, emphasizing on justice, equality, and freedom. Unfortunately, however, the articles which talk about the language policy go against the very aforementioned principles and instead is breeding inequality. The Constitution and its directive principles encourage Government of India to keep Hindi on a higher pedestal than other Indian languages, and Government of India gladly obliges. The Indian government has been practicing the act of providing services to Hindi speakers in Hindi, while the rest of the population gets served in English. This provides for the entry of Hindi in all public places, organizations, and schemes that it controls and funds, thereby gradually introducing it even in states where it is neither spoken nor understood. One may observe that Hindi has been gaining ground in all states across India. India also framed the three-language policy for education, making it mandatory for children throughout India to learn Hindi, preparing the whole of India to know Hindi. While Hindi speakers are encouraged to remain bilingual, non-Hindi speakers are expected to be trilingual, their language, English and Hindi. While Government of India spends thousands of crores on promotion and provision of services in Hindi everywhere in India, all other Indian languages hardly get any funds. Kannadigas, Tamils, Marathis have to literally fight to get services from Government of India institutions in states where they are native speakers, while a Hindi speaker readily gets everything in Hindi anywhere in India. India has a population problem is something we hear on a regular basis. But what many of us fail to realize is that this isn't an India-wide problem. Most of India's big non-Hindi states have already reduced their population growth rates below the prescribed limit set by the UN. There are no prizes for guessing the states which still contribute to explosive population growth rates. The northern Hindi-speaking states. The overwhelming human resource of this region migrates en masse to developed states like Maharashtra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu in search of employment opportunities and better livelihood. Hindi-friendly language policy of the Union and the provision to move freely anywhere in India are acting as catalysts to smoothen and fasten this process of demographic change. The vote base of Hindi speakers is expected to get considerably enhanced even in non-Hindi states, and they will inevitably start getting appeased for electoral gains. It won't be surprising if this leads to Hindi gradually becoming an official language even in some of the non-Hindi states. Gradually, this will pave way to the formation of a Hindi India as opposed to its original fabric of being a diverse linguistic union. Consequently, non-Hindi speakers would get treated as a second-grade citizen in their own land. The solution to address this serious problem is to provide equal status to all Indian languages and thereby to all the linguistic communities of India. A new policy to control migration should also be framed to preserve the interests of the natives of the Indian states and ensure that the demographic changes due to uncontrolled migration does not end up marginalizing the natives in their native land. Linguistic equality will strengthen the cohesive force which has bound India together despite our innumerable differences in language, culture and faith. whereas sidelining all other Indian languages and putting one language on a supreme pedestal will only harm this cohesive force.